First on BBC One, Premier League football in Match of the Day with Desmond Lynham.
Good evening. They say nothing brings the country better than international football. Well, judging on the feedback that we've gotten back from all the letters you're sending us, it's the international break that's causing some confusion. But don't worry, we're back after that, and you'll see us all the way through to our next international break, which is the World Cup. I guess we better get on with the Premiership. Fresh off their UEFA Cup success, Aston Villa travel to Highbury to face Arsenal. Arsenal boasting a young 18-year-old Frenchman who's apparently very quick off the blocks.
Against Alan Wright and finds Platt, lovely ball into Bergkamp, Nicholas Anelka!
Chelsea have been the unstoppable force in the Premiership this season. Are Bolton about to be the immovable object? A difficult afternoon awaited the West Londoners over at the Reebok.
And he's dispossessed. Sheridan. Oh, he hits his own man there. It's going to come back for Chelsea. And for Flo. And now Di Matteo with the right foot shot. Fine save, Jääskeläinen.
Manchester United know they are potentially a couple of wins away from winning their Champions League group. They know they'll be in the quarter-finals next season. The question is, will they be able to get there in such style, playing a rather dogged and determined Barnsley?
Derby County, Nicky Butt stealing the ball. Here's Scholes, Cole ahead of him that wanted the ball played a lot quicker. Scholes goes himself.
Plus we'll have all the goals from this week in the Premiership. And back from their little break, it's Trevor and Trevor to give us all their views about the beautiful game. And it is the beautiful game with beautiful moments. Who would have thought Chelsea would be the league leaders a quarter into the season? But that's very much the case for them. After sitting with an actual point difference over everybody else, could it be that Ruud Gullit's sexy football strikes and Chelsea finally win the Premiership for the first time since 1955? Well, standing in their way this afternoon was Bolton Wanderers. And Bolton themselves, after being promoted, are certainly looking to try to impress as they look to survive themselves, having been relegated a couple of years ago. Commentary for this one comes from Trev Champion.
When it comes to the south coming up north, Bolton Wanderers have often been the bogey team for many. Their season, as they're aware, needs to improve. Chelsea, on the other hand, on the crest of a wave, top of the table, and regardless of the league standings, this is certainly a test for the Stamford Bridge Brigade here today. Bolton have been known to up their game in some big contests. They'll be wanting to find some consistency. They line up as usual today. A hard-working midfield, likewise in defence. Can they find the goals today? Chelsea, a team full of superstars who are currently eyeing the Premier League title. Worth for Thompson on the left, the overlapping Elliott in support. Elliott shadowed by Wise, and he's picked out Nathan Blake. Lambourne goes to him, Blake with the turn, and it's well wide of the goal, but a warning for Chelsea and a statement of intent. The Trotters with an early opportunity. Wise inside for Poyet. Looking for Flo. And he's dispossessed. Sheridan. Oh, he hits his own man there. It's going to come back for Chelsea. And for Flo. And now Di Matteo with the right foot shot. Fine save, Jääskeläinen. Two gloves behind it, pushing it away to safety. Sheridan. It's a good ball for Holdsworth. He's back to goal. Holdsworth with a shot. No test for Hitchcock in goal today. Poyet stabs it to Flo, and Flo with a shot! Well, when it comes to threatening attacks, Chelsea has certainly looked the more likely to open the scoring, and they've done just that. Andre Flo. It's a simplistic goal, really, in all honesty. Poyet with a little stab forward, and Flo, one touch with the right, a second with the right, found the near post. The goalkeeper will be disappointed. But it's a striker's instinct. And Flo has buried it. 1-0 Chelsea. Elliott going long for Blake. He got a good touch on that, but Clark got there before Thompson. Flo. Vialli with a first time shot. Well held, Jääskeläinen. Quite a way to go for Vialli to try and take it closer. So he hit it instantly, and it was well held. Just after the bounce. Poyet has pulled the strings in that midfield for Chelsea this season. He really has. A fine performance against Arsenal. That was given away by Wise. And that's a long ball looking for Blake, and Blake is in here, and, well, it's a great save actually. It's hit the inside of the post and ran along the goal line. Had it gone in, it certainly wouldn't have counted, and it was an early whistle in fairness. Blake just marginally off. Out comes Jääskeläinen, and Chelsea have won it back here. Bolton conceding possession. Wise for Di Matteo, who's hit one from there already. Into Vialli, a nice turn from Vialli, and that could easily have been 2-0. And you feel that would have been out of reach of Bolton. Sheridan couldn't get near Vialli, and the left foot shot always arrowing away from goal. Clark. People waiting in the middle there, but he's played it short. And again for Poyet. Into Flo. This is nice football by Chelsea. Vialli. Back to Di Matteo. Jääskeläinen again. Diving to the right. I'm not sure whether it was going in, but Jääskeläinen had to be sure. There was dip and pace on that. Babayaro. Beardsley standing off him there. And Babayaro. It's into Vialli on the turn. And Jääskeläinen got down again, and it didn't quite run for Flo. It was another dipping strike, and the bounce almost got the better of the goalkeeper, but he did well to get a hand on that. Cox. Tried that long ball a few times. Blake won it that time, and another one might find him here. It's Nathan Blake in for Bolton, and Leboeuf clearing things up. Oh, what's he doing? You cannot believe this. It's going to go down as an own goal for Leboeuf. But Hitchcock just wasn't looking. Leboeuf did his job here, and he's gone for the pass back, and I think Hitchcock is expecting a square pass or him to keep hold of it, and that split second, taking his eye off things, has sent the ball over the goal line, and incredibly, Bolton Wanderers are level. Well, out of nothing, they have a chance. Beardsley is coming off Morgan Larkson. Chelsea have had so much of the play today. So many good opportunities. but very little time left. Poyet, in for Flo, turned well, turned very well, Flo, and Jääskeläinen again. With what could be a point-saving stop to deny Flo, who's been very impressive today. It's been a tale of two goalkeepers. Solako, hardly any time left. Holdsworth, poor ball really. Lambourne, Chelsea need to get it up the pitch, but Bolton are just cutting them off at every turn. And the referee's looking at his watch here. And that's it! Bolton Wanderers have a point against top of the table Chelsea, with one of the most outrageous own goals you're likely to see all season. Leboeuf, the unfortunate name on that score sheet, but it's all about Hitchcock and his awareness, and Bolton draw 1-1 with Chelsea. You couldn't write it.
Well, I think when you look at it, it's very disappointing to see that we conceded such a goal as that. I've spoken to Hitchcock, and he admits that he just it up. He got no other excuse for it. He got it rightly wrong. Well, you heard it there, straight from the manager's mouth. They've got it wrong, I believe, if we're going to translate that correctly. Trevor, it's all going well for Chelsea. One mistake and suddenly they've dropped points here today. Could it have been a lot worse? I don't know. I think on the balance of play, a draw is a fair result. But I think Chelsea have got to realise that it's these sort of mistakes you've got to avoid, even though that they still have a firm grip on the top of the lead of the Premiership. It's moments like this that you've really got to get on with and get beyond. I think there are some tougher games up for Chelsea. They haven't really gone to some major moments. Otherwise, the toughest game they've had is Arsenal at home for Stamford Bridge, and they've got some big away games to come for them this season. They're starting to come through the challenge with their win at Anfield a few weeks ago. But the question is today, will this be the sort of result? Because I've always felt this with Chelsea. They can turn up against the big sides. It's against, other teams that aren't fighting for European spaces. They're fighting to stay in the Premiership. Could they beat? And I think this was sort of exposed them slightly today. Well, with that, can Arsenal close the gap? Aston Villa, the UEFA Cup heroics, though, could be a formidable opponent. Arsenal, of course, have got no European football season on for them, but they do have one eye on perhaps getting into the Champions League next season, maybe as winners of the Premiership. Commentary comes from Trev Motson.
If Arsenal harbour true aspirations to win the title, these are the matches that they must win. On the back of a goalless draw away to Crystal Palace, the Gunners will be hoping home comforts bring back that winning feeling against Aston Villa today. Despite Villa's European progress, the early months of the Premiership season have been disappointing for Brian Little. The win against Bilbao might have relieved some pressure on the Villa boss, but he desperately needs to pick up some points and move his side higher up the table. Arsenal are without the suspended Patrick Vieira this afternoon. David Platt starts in midfield, whilst Ian Wright's thigh injury gives Nicolas Anelka the opportunity to partner Dennis Bergkamp up front. Savo Milosevic isn't fit enough to start for the visitors, although Dwight York will be brimming with confidence following his UEFA Cup brace. A five-man defence will be doing their best to protect Mark Bosnich in Villa's goal. It's Arsenal who get the action underway. The North London side looking to gun down Chelsea, who sit proudly at the top of the tree. Early possession for Bergkamp. And played into Anelka, who has a wonderful chance to open the scoring, and he does just that. 19 seconds on the stopwatch, and it's Nicolas Anelka for Arsenal. The Frenchman was given so much time. He marched forwards, picked his spot, and beat Bosnich. It is a disastrous start for Aston Villa and Brian Little. Bosnich will be disappointed to be beaten like that. But fingers must be pointed at Villa's defence. All over the place so early on. And it's Arsenal who take a very early lead here at Highbury. Dixon. So running with the ball. The right back finds Platt. And ball towards Ray Parlour. Parlour! Couldn't beat Bosnich. The Australian did well to stand up. And it's a corner for Arsenal. Parlour got in behind. Bosnich stood tall. Overmars with the outswinger. Will fall to Parlour. Oh, what a wonderful save that is by Bosnich. That's twice he's denied Ray Parlour in the matter of 30 seconds or so, but what a wonderful stop that is. Brilliant. Alan Wright. Villa just cannot get themselves together early on. Can Arsenal take full advantage? They're already one up. Here's Anelka, the goal scorer. His shot's blocked and falls to David Platt. And that's off target. Well, just over a quarter of an hour on the clock. Arsenal peppering Aston Villa's goal with shots from all sorts of angles. Winterburn will get onto this. He finds Overmars on the left-hand side. Mark Overmars. No foul given, but the Dutchman picks up the ball and finds Bergkamp. This is Overmars. Platt now. Poor ball in. And here's Dwight York. And this is a promising breakaway for Aston Villa. The first sight of goal that they've got. Simon Grayson, what can he do with it? Finds Nelson. Now Ian Taylor for Villa. York. Dwight York! Oh, that's brilliant! Out of nowhere, Villa are level. And it's Dwight York. Aston Villa's European hero has come up trumps to silence the majority of this Highbury crowd. And a small pocket of Villa fans goes wild at the far end. A rocket from 20 yards that not even the great David Seaman could save. Perhaps Arsenal should have got out to York, but you can't legislate for a strike like that. Villa are level. Arsenal really put out of their rhythm by that Dwight York goal, and again Villa looking to mount an attack. This is York. Collymore. Back to York. Takes a deflection and it goes out for a corner kick. Good play between the front two. York into Collymore. Collymore back to York. Adams got out to him this time. They learnt their lesson, the back four. One full back to the other there. Fernando Nelson into Taylor. And that's a corner. 90 seconds into the second half for Aston Villa. Dwight York over it. In front of the travelling support. Draper gets his head to it. And the ball drops off target. Taylor. Steve Staunton finds Fernando Nelson. Just near touchline now Grayson. Taylor. Good tackle by Petit. Now Anelka. Seems so long ago that he gave Arsenal the lead, and this is Overmars looking to give Arsenal the lead once again, and Elka! 2-1! This teenager is special. And for the second time this afternoon, Nicolas Anelka finds the back of the net. It was a lovely ball in by Overmars. And Anelka on the volley just guided the ball past Bosnich. The home support come alive once again. It's been tough for the hosts since Villa equalised, but they've found a way to get themselves back ahead. Grayson into York. Now Fernando Nelson. This is Dwight York in the penalty area. Was he fouled by Tony Adams? The Villa supporters behind that goal wanted something from the referee. Nothing doing though. And Arsenal come away with the ball. This is Lee Dixon on the right hand side. Parlour to Platt as we approach the hour mark here at Highbury. Overmars finds the bottom corner and Arsenal are 3-1 up. What a lovely strike by Mark Overmars. It was really finding a home here in this pocket of North London. And he is adored by thousands. And once again, he fires home another cracker for his scrapbook. Bosnich beaten for the third time this afternoon. And with around half an hour left, it's going to be tough for Aston Villa now. Parlour. Up against Alan Wright and finds Platt. Lovely ball into Bergkamp. Anelka on a hat-trick. Nicolas Anelka! Good save this time by Bosnich. Look at that flick by Platt. Bergkamp into Anelka. And that's a decent stop by Bosnich. Overmars with the corner kick. Petit off target. Poor marking though. Ian Taylor let Petit run free. And he probably should have done better, the Frenchman. This is Alan Wright. Surely it's too late for Aston Villa now. York won't get onto that one. Overmars, Platt. Arsenal keep the pressure on Chelsea. Didn't always look like being 3 points for the Gunners this afternoon. But a touch of class from Mark Overmars and from a young teenager by the name of Nicolas Anelka have fired Arsenal to a 3-1 win over Aston Villa. The pressure mounts on Brian Little, but for Arsene Wenger's Arsenal, the only way is up. 3-1 at Highbury.
A comprehensive win really for Arsenal on the balance of play really. Aston Villa not really able to lay a punch on them really. Well yeah, other than the goal, it was a bit of a mix-up really, which you don't necessarily expect from Arsenal's back line. They were fantastic today. I think at the moment the player which they've got to thank for this is Mark Overmars. I think he's in outstanding form at the moment for Arsenal. He really is driving the team forward, and you need that in a championship winning side. You need a player to really step up to the plate and produce when you need it most. And yeah, Overmars is playing some delightful football, and he was a real joy in the way he linked up. I think one of the things we need to note is Bergkamp isn't afraid to slightly stray from a centre forward position. It causes all the defenders at 6s and 7s as they all pile over. Overmars is able to find space centrally, and it's just a joy to watch him play, really. It really is. Well, that win, we go to Manchester United, that haven't yet been able to sit top of the Premiership at the moment, are slowly climbing their way after what they would call a slightly lukewarm start to the season. Could they say in title contention? Newly promoted Barnsley were there for the occasion. For Danny Wilson's team, this really was what they came here for. To be able to go to Old Trafford to play in the top flight of football against Manchester United, a big occasion for them. And for our commentator, Trevor Davis covered this one.
Manchester United are assured of playing knockout football next season in the UEFA Champions League. They start this afternoon knowing a vital match against Barnsley could bring them right back in the title race. Barnsley, having won last weekend, will know this will be a big weekend in terms of their Premiership. This is what they came for. The goal was to get to the top of the football pyramid and to play the best. Manchester United have been at their best recently, in fantastic form. And Ollie Solskjaer has chosen to partner Andy Cole up front today. Karol Poborski comes in for Ryan Giggs on the left-hand side. Johnson is preferred for Hanningberg. And it's the first start for Manchester United this season for young Michael Clegg at right back. John-Arne Fjørtoft comes in to partner Ashley Ward at centre-half as it's a change of formation for Danny Wilson's side. Neil Redfern remains a linchpin that could lead most of the attacks. United kick us off left to right here. Very cold afternoon, the sun already setting. There's the first touch for young Michael Clegg. There's Gary Neville today. Phil Neville is obviously starting in place of Dennis Irwin as Alec Ferguson has run the changes since the midweek result there to Kazici. He was one of the goal scorers on that night, Paul Scholes. Eventually it is clear from Barnard. Solskjaer! Ollie Solskjaer, clearance wasn't great. We have to acknowledge that first and foremost at the moment. But Darren Barnard gave it away. Then there was the chance from Solskjaer. He scored a brilliant one in midweek, didn't he? Perhaps he felt he should have done better there. So for Manchester United, we'll have to mark tonight is a Norwegian opposite number. John-Arne Fjørtoft, formerly of Sheffield United. Formerly of Derby County. Nicky Butt stealing the ball. Here's Scholes. Cole ahead of him that wanted the ball played a lot quicker. Scholes goes himself. Watson parries it away. Throw will be taken by Nicky Eden, number 2. Sheridan. Eden again. This is positive from Barnsley at the moment. Here's Tinkler. Ward. Tinkler. Might have made room for a chance. Oh, it's fallen! Fantastically in the end to Fjørtoft. And Schmeichel had to react. Well, initially when Tinkler's effort took a deflection there off of Pallister, suddenly Fjørtoft found himself in acres of room. And the Manchester United captain steps up to the rescue. His work for what has been a frustrating half so far, coming up to the half-hour mark. Barnsley have probably had the better of the game. Fjørtoft, so Barnsley's best moment, is now into the area. Eden, handed away by young Michael Clegg. Redfern into Tinkler. Oh, now it's Barnard. That's a good cross. A dangerous area. Pallister does well, it's acknowledged by the Old Trafford faithful. Beckham tries to get Manchester United moving. Scholes to Cole. Scholes providing the support. That's a lovely ball. Beckham for Manchester United. Here's Cole! And that wasn't the desired results. The sort of form Andy Cole is in at the moment. You did expect the back of the neck to bulge there. Great counter-attack. Disappointing finish. Andy Cole certainly knows it. Here is Poborski. Scholes. Cole. Scholes again. That's a clever little ball. Poborski. The cross was wildly overhit with Solskjaer in space. Pallister. Scholes does well to win it after the initial interception by Redfern. Neville's asked a lot of Cole and he's crossed the line. Eden's throw. Moses. Scholes. That's a nice ball, but Solskjaer! Another chance has gone awry. Great work by Scholes. What a ball that was. Great one by Butt to continue it. Solskjaer did well to get there ahead of Dzeu. Half which Manchester United probably expected to be leading away, having blown away Kozici in the UEFA Champions League. It seemed that Barnsley are a different proposition to the Slovakian champions. That's a poor clearance. Here's Cole! Oh, good work by Jones. Cole gets it again though. Solskjaer! It's easy for Watson. Barnsley almost hit self-destruct. Manchester United couldn't take advantage. And that perhaps sums up the half. Moments for United, no quality in front of goal. Barnsley are still in this game, and while they've arrived to the top flight of English football for afternoons such as this, they will be delighted with the half-time score. It's Manchester United 0, Barnsley 0. Here's Beckham, away from Tinkler, Solskjaer. Turn of pace. Beckham. Scholes. Here's Butts. Borski just trying to flick it back to Butts. And Butts still got there. Watson denies him. You fully expect that the riot act has been read to the Manchester United players by Alec Ferguson at half time. They've started this half pressing a bit more. To the wrong foot really, and Nicky Butt could save David Watson. Beckham. Scholes! That was a great corner. Scholes had broken free of Neil Redfern. I think he really should have tested the goalkeeper, if not more really. Understanding that as this game goes on, it might get more frustrating from a Manchester United standpoint. As this does so, it may help the advantage for Barnsley. That's an excellent ball. Scholes has had a fine match thus far. Needs some quality to seal it. Redfern made sure Scholes couldn't get the shot away. Dyakoff. Tinkler and Solskjaer combining. There's Beckham. And still, here's Butts. Scholes. At long last, And quite right, it should be the standout player for Manchester United in this half that gets the goal. Scholes with the finish. Manchester United with the lead at long last. Solskjaer and Beckham combining. Butt and Scholes really are starting to strike a real partnership up in the absence of their captain talisman Roy Keane. Scholes with one touch on the left, rifling right foot shot on the right, similar to the goal we got in midweek but with the other foot. And United deservedly with a breakthrough. Giggs. seen a lot of him since he's come on the pitch. Will we see a little bit more? Here's Cole. Solskjaer is sitting in the 6-yard box. Neville is available for support. Cole goes on. Scholes. Darren Sheridan will be spoken to by Uriah Rennie. United have a free kick in a promising situation. Beckham already has the ball in his hands. And he was right there, Sheridan. He did catch Cole. So Beckham, is this the sort of angle he could go to goal from? No. Played into Cole and Scholes. Oh, Scholes again! Just sat up for Paul Scholes. Once again, played in by Butts. Decided to go for it. That was hit with a lot more power. Probably in a nice height for David Wilson-Watson. Beckham. Solskjaer. Beckham again. Giggs! Didn't quite look set when the cross came in from Beckham. Floated into a nice position. Ryan Giggs himself there just seemed to jump a bit too early. That's why this game's still only 1-0. So you're going to take one attack for this match to change. Good interception there by Johnson. Solskjaer out wide to Beckham. Clegg's charging forward now for Manchester United. Scholes. Beckham. Watson's punch away. Beckham does well to get it under control. Cole! Another chance. Goes begging. I'll tell you what, on another day, in another universe, United would have had 7, I reckon. Well, a change being made for Manchester United. It's been a good afternoon for young Michael Clegg, who stepped up Gary Neville's shoes today, given the young man a rest, and a debut to remember for Clegg. He departs and Dennis Irwin replaces him for the final 15 minutes. Zayu for Barnsley. Johnson wins it. Scholes. Here's Giggs. Nicky Butts. Good challenge by Sheridan. And again, was late there though on Philip Neville. Oh, I say, and in the book. Not always fair. First challenge was good. The second one here was just late. Afraid for Darren Sheridan. This evening will be slightly mild with a booking. Giggs, Cole and Irwin are the furthest players forwards. But Beckham, Scholes, here's Irwin. Watson's punch away. Mosanic, Sheridan. Barnsley got one moment to snatch a point here from this game. This is Giggs. Clever ball into Cole. Good strength by Cole. Fantastic goal by Cole! That settles it! When played through, Andy Cole did so well to take a touch. Good strength to hold off the defender and a delightful finish. And Manchester United make the point safe right at the end. Able to get past Sadie Moses, Andy Cole. Shifted his body and the ball across from left to right. Lovely change of direction and a delightful finish. Really is quality, that. United may have got all 3 points now. Well, Manchester United huffed and puffed, were able to get the win in the end very late, but it wasn't all their own way, and what's been their problem this season has come through again. It's their finishing, isn't it, Trevor?
It is. It's worth pointing out that Eric Cantona, a phenomenal form that he was in last season, was able to calm this side down. And in terms of them being able to take the challenges, he was a massive difference. Losing Roy Keane is also, I think, going to hurt Manchester United in closing things out. And I felt the midfield, bit Scholes and Butt, had the majority of control. There was an air of experience lacking in that game, and it wasn't really until late on where Cole finished it, that very late goal, it settled the nerves, and Man United looked really comfortable in that final few moments. But you always got a sense that Barnsley, just one long ball, one chance, they could suddenly take a chance and sneak a point at the moment, and that's what United have got to play through and get to do, and that's where some of their bigger players have really got to respond and deliver. The likes of Schmeichel, the likes of Giggs, the likes of Pallister, the spine of that team has really got to drive that team forward. And the one thing United have got is an informed Andy Cole, and if they've got an informed Andy Cole, I think any side at the moment has got a chance of winning the Premiership. Well, before we look at Manchester United, let's look at another challenger for the Premiership, looking to bounce back. Liverpool against Derby County starts our latest roundup. Liverpool welcomed the return of God here on Merseyside, and Anfield was treated to a display from a striking partnership that really should send shivers down the Premiership folklore. It was Fowler that got the opening goal after the initial header by Mark Wright that hit the post, and then it was a little early Christmas present for Liverpool. After Russell Holt was under pressure, his clearance fell straight to Michael Owen, had the better of Daly, a thundering effort to put Liverpool 2 up, Owen's 11th goal of the season. The partnership between Owen and Fowler promised to be something very special indeed. Michael Owen played Fowler through on the hour. His cool finish in front of the Kop is everything that Anfield has waited for this season. But it wasn't all over. There was a fourth goal to finish it off. This time Fowler turning the provider. Owen showing he's got a left foot as well as a right, guiding it past Holt. Just brilliant. For Derby, a day forgets. For Liverpool, Fowler and Owen, delight. Newcastle United know they've got a massive Champions League game coming up, and maybe that might have shown in their performance today. One of their problems they've shown in Europe is goals. David Batty got a goal here, but you have to wonder, Tim Flowers on a European night, would that have been saved? Still, in the end, it was Newcastle United's will that was eventually broken. Gary Flick cross was headed in by Martin Darlene, his first goal of the season after signing, silencing St James's Park, and put the worry very much as their trip to Barcelona awaits them. Wednesday are in all sorts of troubles at the moment. One wonders if Peter Shreves will keep his role. One person is thriving at the moment is Neil Shipperley. This goal might be a contender for one of the goals of the season at the moment. A brilliant run in which he sliced through the Wednesday defence. A wonderful finish to match. But it wasn't the only great goal that took place. Shipperley, the provider, Attila Lombardo eventually finding his way through. After teeing the ball up with his right, volleyed in with his left. No chance pressman. 2-0 Palace. And then it became 3, the most unlikely of goal scorers you're going to see this season most probably. Dean Gordon, given the freedom of Sheffield to march his way all the way into the area, and then time to get it onto his favoured foot, an easy finish. Sheer disarray for Wednesday, sheer delight for Palace that looks like they're recording an away win. There was chance for Wednesday to get one back. After a break in the area, Paolo Di Canio was able to finish, but it wasn't to be. Coventry and Everton finished goalless in the end, but the best chance of the night did fall to Coventry City. After a break in the area and good work from Paul Telfer, Viral Moldovan's effort struck the woodwork. No one anyone could do. This one, not much more to write home about. Tottenham Hotspur have a new boss, Southampton have a new attitude. Can they really turn things around and save themselves from relegation? Well, if Klaus Lungerbaum can find himself in a goal-scoring position, that could be the case. He got the opening goal. Jason Dodd got the better of David Ginola. Letitia saw the run of Hurst. Hurst saw the only way to goal. 2-0, and it was all looking great for the Saints. But it was Ginola's revenge which started a comeback for Spurs. This was Dodd, ball into the area. The Jurgen Klinsmann second goal and second Premiership game on his return to Spurs. And then the equaliser arrives after good play on the right hand side from Klinsmann. A pass that would break any defence from Everson.
Nielsen's brilliant finish was far too much for Jones. It was 2 apiece at half-time. The second half, though, it was very much a case of Southampton pressing, but not finding that bit of luck they needed. Step forward Matt Le Tissier and Sol Campbell's knee. His effort took a deflection off the Southampton defender and flew its way into the net. Tell you what, Southampton winning game 3-2 with Le Tissier scoring the winner at the Dell. Makes you think. Crazy Gang were unbeaten at this time last season. They've not looked as solid this season, but what they do have is a real solid base. And one of those players that anticipates that is Vinnie Jones. He got the only goal as Leeds United were beaten, Jones scoring against his former club. Wouldn't you know it? So the main question on everyone's lips is, are Leicester City title challengers? Well, they were playing West Ham United that haven't travelled well this season. Tony Cottee opened the scoring after he was given the freedom of Leicester in the West Ham United penalty area, slotting home against his former side. Theme for this afternoon in the Premiership. The equaliser, though, was a proper quality goal. Kitson with a delightful pass through it, Hartson with an easy finish past Peggy of Exfed, and suddenly it was 1 apiece. But the former Arsenal man's goal wasn't the deciding factor in this. Driving from midfield, running and putting the defences at 6s and 7s, Robbie Savage was the winning goal scorer as Leicester City recorded another home win, and it keeps them very much in the title race, but it proves West Ham United are really struggling away from home. Yeah, no, I mean, Leicester were terrific, but we were pony, weren't we? We were rubbish. I mean, I've said to the lads when we got a 1 apiece, let's do whatever we can, let's keep it tight, and then what happens? They go let fucking Robbie Savage score, didn't they? Jesus. On top of the FA Carling Premiership this weekend, 6 Chelsea, it's only a point now. Arsenal sitting behind them on a very impressive goal difference, it has to be said. Manchester United remain third, a point ahead of Liverpool. Leicester, after their great start, also remain fifth. Blackburn Rovers will be pleased they're up to 6th in the Premiership. Bottom of the table, it's not looking great for Sheffield Wednesday perhaps, and a permanent manager needs to be brought in for this one. Everton and Barnsley also slip into the relegation zone after Southampton climb out. West Ham United also grateful for that reprieve to climb out. Michael Owen goes top of the clear of the goal scoring charts at the moment. 3 goals over Ian Wright. Can anyone catch young Michael Owen at the moment? It's Arsenal 2 and 3 at the moment. It's also Manchester United with 3 strikers at the moment sitting below them, so really is all set. And we're back next Saturday, 10:30 p.m. We've got Derby County hosting Arsenal at Pride Park. A real Lancashire versus Yorkshire game as Barnsley take on Blackburn Rovers, and Manchester United hosting Sheffield Wednesday. So now let's go to the Match of the Day Man of the Day, and we can look no further than Mark Overmars. His wonderful performance driving another win for Arsenal as they close the gaps on Chelsea. How did Chelsea drop points? Don't worry, Kevin Hitchcock. We won't show you again. From one of us, bye-bye.
Parlour to Platt as we approach the hour mark here at Highbury. Overmars finds the bottom corner and Arsenal are 3-1 up. What a lovely strike by Mark Overmars.
Thank you for watching here this match on Trevor Sports. If you've liked it, please don't be afraid to like, share and subscribe to the channel. And if you do fancy it, head on over to the Ko-fi. The link is in the description. Buy me a coffee for all the hard work. Other than that, make sure you enjoy more games coming up.